She's one of the most powerful and iconic heroes in comic book history, but based on the latest trailer for Wonder Woman, does she even know what she is capable of? I'm Alicia Malone, and this is Screen Junkies News. Last night during the MTV Movie Awards, audiences got a look at the final trailer for Wonder Woman, which hits theatres on June 2nd. While we got a glimpse of a lot of footage we've already seen, we also got more setup for Diana's pacifist upbringing and a shout out to villain Dr. Poison. But the most interesting thing was Diana's reaction to her own abilities. Here to talk with me about the trailer and about Wonder Woman herself are Megan Salinas and Victor Torres. Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey. So before we get into it, I just want to tell people, if you haven't seen the trailer already, look below. There is a link in the description. Go and watch it, then come back. We don't want to spoil anything for you. And before we get into her reaction to her own abilities, Megan, I just want to talk about this line that we hear at the very opening of the trailer where Queen Hippolyta says, "Fighting doesn't make you a hero." But then fighting seems to be what this whole movie is about. So do you think that sets up some kind of internal struggle for Wonder Woman?
I definitely think it does, because Wonder Woman has always been depicted as one of the most kind and compassionate members of the Justice League, and we can definitely see that from her upbringing. But a huge point in her character development is also deciding that she can no longer stand by while the world tears itself apart. Mm-hmm. And so while that is, I think, a very important part of her internal conflict, I think a lot of this movie, since it's her origin story, will focus more on her role as an Amazon versus her role as the heroine of the world. So that's something that she's always struggled with, and it's something that, you know, she has to make a choice. What world does she belong to?
Yeah, and she has to make a choice when it comes to fighting the villains, which there hasn't been too much about the villains of this movie, Victor, but Dr. Poison gets a shout out in the trailer. What do you think her plan might be?
So what we know, at least from her original appearance in the comics, she was a leader of this Nazi spy ring, and what they did was they set out to contaminate the U.S. Army water supply with a gas called Reverso, which basically makes soldiers do the opposite of what they're commanded to do.
It sounds like unobtainium.
Yeah, no, exactly. So whether or not they go like that more comic booky route, we don't know, but it definitely sounds like they're going to be in the ballpark of that, which is exciting.
Yeah, she does look very freaky, Dr. Poison, too, with that mask. I know. Super creepy. But of course, the biggest takeaway from this trailer was that reaction that Wonder Woman seems to have to her own abilities. There's a shot where she's climbing up the wall and she seems surprised about what she can do. So Megan, do you think she even knows what her full potential is at this point?
To me, I mean, I get it since this is her origin story, but to me, it's so bizarre to depict her as not knowing her own strength, because one of the reasons why she chooses to leave in the first place is because she knows she can fight and make a difference in the world. Mm-hmm. So to me, her being surprised at like, oh, I didn't know I could do that, it makes sense because she's young, but I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, and Victor, do you even want to know what she's capable of? Would you like to see her discover it as it goes along?
I kind of do, yeah. I do like the idea of it, like her kind of coming into her own with her powers, finding out maybe she's, not molded from clay, maybe she's like the daughter of Zeus, or maybe there's something secret about her past that we need to uncover to like get her to where she is by the time we see her in BVS. So, yeah, I'd like it to be revealed in this movie instead of it just being, in Justice League. She's like, by the way, I'm the daughter of Zeus. Yeah. But yeah, I think that could be a fun route to take.
Yeah, Megan, what do you think about that theory? That is a theory that's out there, that she's the daughter of Zeus.
I love it. I love it as a throwaway line.
Oh my God, I am?
That would be fantastic. Just like, oh yeah, he's totally my dad. You didn't know that? No big deal. I think that's, on the one hand, I think that's a great idea because so much of like the villains that she comes across in her travels are the, members of the Greek pantheon. So I think being the daughter of Zeus would be a very interesting route to go.
I mean, there's a lot of questions about this trailer, but there's also a lot that seems to be given away when it comes to the plot, and also some specific things like seeing the lasso of truth for the first time, seeing her steal these weapons. Megan, have we seen too much already?
I always always feel like superhero films, the trailers give away too much. Like when Age of Ultron came out, I didn't need to know that Vision was there. I didn't need to know all this other stuff. The movie still surprised me, and I was very surprised by that. But here, I get the same feeling. I'm like, oh no, don't show me that just yet. I didn't need to know that Dr. Poison was one of the main antagonists. I didn't need to know that, I don't know how I feel about it, but point being is I like going into a movie and being surprised, and as long as they can still do that, then I'm happy.
It's a hard thing to do these days because, Victor, you've got that kind of balance of wanting to sell the audience who might not know about Wonder Woman, at the same time trying to keep surprises. Where do you think that balance was struck in this movie? Do you feel like you know too much about the plot?
I hope not, and I would agree with you where I feel like superhero movies do tend to nowadays give away a little too much. I would hope that DC had learned their lessons with Batman versus Superman, especially in their final trailers giving away Doomsday. So I'm hopeful that this movie still has a lot to surprise us with. But you never know. Like maybe we've seen too much already.
She does look badass, though, so I'm super excited about that. Megan, what do you think about the trailer overall? Are you in?
Overall, well, I got goosebumps. First of all, I love this Imagine Dragon song, Warriors. It's so nice to hear it in something that isn't a League of Legends video. So I got chills when I watched this. But I'm also just so excited because this trailer looks like it's the most fun DC movie that there's been in years. I haven't been this excited for a DC film since Dark Knight Rises was coming out.
It also looks completely different to the other DC films we've seen. Maybe it is its own self-contained story, and maybe they'll find their feet. What do you think, Victor?
Yeah, I'm super excited. I loved Imagine Dragons 1917 classic. I think at this point I just don't want to see anything else. Like I'm gonna try to avoid TV spots or anything else that they release. Because I really am hyped up for this movie, and I hope that it's going to bring the DCEU back to where it should be. So yeah, fingers crossed.
Well, we appreciate you watching it for this purpose. Victor Torres, Megan Salinas, thank you so much for joining me. And we want to know what you guys think. Has Diana discovered her abilities yet? What did you think of the trailer? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to be nice to each other if that is possible, and click over here for more internets. Also, you can tweet us at SJ News, and don't forget to subscribe, SJ News. We'll see you soon. Bye.